What's going on, everybody? At the Magic Perspective with Alex and Eric, your man Eric Wilson, still here at the Amalie Arena. Let me go ahead and check in with my brother, Mr. Alex Fleming, over at the Amway Center. What's up, sir? How are you?
Smiling. It was a beautiful night, and I got to see a 12-round fight tonight.
Yeah. Brother, I wish I could say the same. Not a good night over here in Tampa, but I want to go to you first, sir. So let's do what we do here, because this is the Magic Perspective with Alex and Eric. So, brother, talk to me tonight about what you saw with the Orlando Magic.
They got out the gate faster in the first quarter. When I spoke to Coach Clifford, he said that he was worried that he saw from last year that they had slow starts. So he wanted them to pick up the pace in the first quarter, and they did. They were only down 2. Let me tell you, when it came to double-digit scoring, Miami and Orlando, they were just going at each other. At the half, you could see that this was going to go down to the wire. Bam Adebayo is a problem. He was just collecting buckets left and right. He finished with 25 points. Jimmy Butler was a little bit of the same. They started getting to Butler's head. He collected his first technical foul, starting the season off beautifully. But let's talk more about the Magic and a little bit less about the Heat. Aaron Gordon had a disgusting dunk in the fourth quarter. Definitely going to make the highlight reel, SportsCenter top 10. That's just one thing. Vucevic, 15 points, 11 rebounds. First game, first double-double of the season. But the real key of this game, Evan Fournier, 25 points, had 3 threes. He came out very aggressive at the half. 10 points in the first half, 15 points in the second half. Oh, and one last stat before I give it back to you. Guard play between Fultz, Fournier, Cole Anthony, and Terrence Ross, 65 points.
Wow. Woo. Okay. I might need a minute just to collect myself on that one, because I don't know in the 3 seasons that you and I have been doing the Magic Perspective if we could attribute that number to the guards of the Orlando Magic. So way to make a statement opening night. That is what I will say to you. Listen, when we flip it over here, what I saw with the Toronto Raptors was very simply this. I saw a team that came out and knew what they were up against. But it seemed to me that they had this team ready to go. Nick Nurse had these young men, had these athletes, these vets, had them ready to go. I mean, listen, granted, New Orleans, when you jump out to a 5-point lead, it's just, okay, let's shake off the nerves. Let's shake off the rust. We haven't played, this is true. I almost said football, excuse me. This is true ball right here. Let's get it done. Let's get down to business. So what do the Toronto Raptors do? They play that up-tempo style of ball. They come out and they play their version. They force New Orleans, who got into some foul trouble pretty early, but they forced New Orleans to come up to that level. Well, that lasted for 2.5 quarters. Something happened in the third quarter. I don't know what it is, Alex. I don't know if it was they got gassed. I don't know if New Orleans finally woke up and Van Gundy got dug in that ass and was like, listen, I don't care where we're at. We're playing. Because the term that Van Gundy used in his postgame was this team fought hard and they were resilient. Think about it like this. When is the last time you saw a team have 27 turnovers but come away with a victory? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Rare. Very rare.
Exactly. The New Orleans Pelicans fought their way back. And then once they took the lead towards the end of the third quarter, they grabbed on it like a vice grip and refused to let go. And the Raptors even said, we didn't pressure them like we should have. We backed up off them. We allowed them to shoot the threes. It was like Toronto was like, okay, we dare you to shoot from beyond the arc. And left and right, guys were just, first off, JJ Redick, like I said in pregame, doing what he always does. I have to give you props because you called it the guy of the night, in my opinion, for the New Orleans Pelicans. Ingram, 24 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds, one shy of a triple-double opening night on the road, making a statement like that. I mean, come on. But when you go back on, and I'll bring it home here by saying this, it was one game. The simple plays, Alex, those were the things that they needed to work on in reference to the Toronto Raptors. They were just, it seemed like you get down by 12, 14 points, you start forcing shots. You're just trying to find that open look so quick and so fast, and you forget the fundamentals. It's one game. They're going to go back and watch the tape. They're on the road for 2 before they're back here on New Year's Eve against the Knicks. So I'm sure as this time goes on, they will pull it out. But I'm telling you, it was almost a tale of 2 teams between the first half and the second half. After the end of the first half, I was like, yo, okay, this is that Raptors team. You call it yourself. You call him Doc Ock. He has this team molded. He's pulling out every trick in the book. And then something changed. I don't know what it was. I don't know. But I will say this to you. The group, there's a 3-man team out there that I want to see more of. Norman Powell, Chris Boucher, and Pascal Siakam. Because when the 3 of them together, you want to talk length. You want to talk depth. Dog, them 3 boys, I like them together. I want to see more of that combination.
When I spoke to Bam Adebayo, I asked him straight up. They had problems stopping you. Vucevic, he did his thing, but Bam Adebayo is definitely a problem. He acknowledged to me that him and Jimmy Butler was going to carry most of the load, but everybody else considered themselves a threat. Whether that be Harrell, who had 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, or Duncan Robinson, who was 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, or Goran Dragic, who came off the bench and had 20 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Now, look, Miami shot well from the field. They shot 50.6%. They shot 35% from three. They shot 16 of 19, 84.2 if you're curious, from the free throw line. So don't look for excuses as to why they lost this game. They only got outplayed because they played well. Gordon had 20. Fultz had 15. Vucevic, double-double, 15 and 11. Fournier, 25. Anthony, nice and quiet as kept. Watch for Cole Anthony. His minutes are going to increase. I'm trying to tell you. 6 points. MCW, defensive prowess, 4 points. Cam Burke, 6 points. Terrence Ross, 3 threes, total of 19 points. And Chuma Okeke, he only took 1 shot and made 1 free throw, 4 points. But I'm glad to see him out there, and he was a stud. A lot of people didn't get past him. This Orlando Magic team has firepower. They have chemistry. A lot of the people have been together now for about 3 or 4 years. They like each other. They're comfortable with each other. And something I saw on the court tonight, they trust each other.
That was huge. But I have one thing that I have to ask you with regards to the Magic. How was the rebounding? Because you and I have always been about their rebounding. What was their rebounding like tonight?
They got out rebounded by 2.
Okay. To me, that's a win. To me, that's a win. Based on what we've seen previously, okay. So, there you go. You hit the nail on the head. The fact that they're starting to trust each other, that's going to say a lot in them proving a lot of the media people wrong. Because like I said to you earlier, I asked Aaron Gordon, what's it going to take for people to start realizing that Orlando is a viable team in the East? Because everybody just has them in the 7, 8 seed or not even making the playoffs. And he's like, outside of Orlando, we have got to get better. And we have got to prove to these people, he's pretty much referring to us as media, that we are a viable threat. We need to be respected. And I think this is going to be, if I had to give a name for this team, the Orlando Magic, I'll call it the Respect Tour. And I haven't seen them. You have. What I will say to you, though, is with this Raptors team, I know the pieces are there. OG came out, his first points, he didn't get to the third quarter. But when he did start rolling and got moving, you could tell that this young man is going to be something to really pay attention to. He played 36 minutes tonight, but he was trying to be more of the facilitator and find an open man. Listen, I told you Kyle Lowry was going to be Kyle Lowry. All right. The brother was 18 and 10 tonight, which I truly expected. So he got his first double-double. But I go back to, it just seems like when we got to the end of the third quarter and New Orleans, who fought, and Alex, let me tell you, they fought. They never let up. Zion was Zion. I fully expected people had to respect him, and they did. But the matchup that kind of tweaked me from jump was the matchup between Baines and Adams. I saw that matchup, and I said to myself, that's going to be a problem throughout the evening. And lo and behold, it did. Because by the middle of the second quarter, I think Baines had 2 or 3 fouls and they pulled him out. I didn't see him again, I think, almost till the end, maybe, and a little bit of the third. And then, of course, in the fourth, when you're trying to come back, you got to put your starters in. But listen,
Even
it's one game.
Problem. Ever since he left Oklahoma City, I think he's playing a little bit more admired basketball.
Yeah. I'm going to take a page out of your book because Coach Van Gundy said something. And as soon as he said it, I immediately went to my brother, Alex Fleming. He said, you have to be able to learn without losing. And you also have to be able to learn to let go. This was a teachable moment, not just for the Pelicans, but also for the Raptors. I want to see how these two teams progress because I think it's going to be very interesting where they go from here. So, man, this has been – go ahead.
One last thing. Miami lost the game, so they weren't necessarily happy, but they weren't discouraged. They played in the NBA Finals. It was a short off season, and they ran into a buzzsaw of a good Orlando Magic team. Don't sleep on the Miami Heat. This is game one. This means next to nothing if you're the Miami Heat. If you're Orlando, you got to follow up this performance against the Washington Wizards on the 26th because now you got the NBA's attention.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now you have to ride this momentum. Prove to people that you need to have respect on your name. We know it to be possible, and you and I have always said that. We know what this team is capable of. We just now need to see it. And when we do see it, it's like, okay, where has this been? We've seen this whole thing. But like, again, I like the addition of Cole Anthony. I hope Okeke gets better and we're able to see more of him because they don't have Jonathan Isaac. So I think he's going to be a factor in this. Very surprised. So, I mean, that's it for us here on the Magic Perspective with Alex and Eric. My brother, hey, Merry Christmas, man. I will, we're going to talk because we still have the carousel. We got NFL picks coming up. We've got so much to do. We back at it. That's exactly what it is. So, Merry Christmas, man. I will holler at you soon.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. It's still wash your damn hands, and let's pray for a happier new year.
Wear a damn mask, everybody. We trying to get back to normal. Hey, Magic Perspective with Alex and Eric. Peace and love. We out.